Greetings, and welcome to a Wednesday episode of Vaygrim's Chance. I am going to continue. I'm going to go back and show you progress I've actually made on the Ender Farm, as well as some assistance from Mr. Dark Preacher. But we'll get to that. First of all, I think the one of the best ways to deal with uh, farming like that is to have a weapon that can swipe across and do an area of attack all at once. It would also help if you could enchant that weapon. Now, okay, we have several options in our mod pack here. If I did Project E and I made a red matter sword, if I made enough stuff to actually get a, let's see, a Katar, okay, the red Katar can actually area of effect attack things. It can actually do attacks to multiple targets at once. I can even do the same thing with the Morning Star. It's basically, it goes out in a radius, 9 blocks in all directions, 7 blocks in all directions, whatever. You hit V and everything dies. It's really simple. The problem is you cannot enchant those with anything. So I want something that can get an attack in, and I can enchant it. Well, we have Sword of the Zephyr. The Sword of the Zephyr, you have merged the elemental fury of air shards with a Thaumium sword. When used to strike a foe, the blade will sweep in a wide arc, hitting additional foes near the main target. Now, I'm not sure how many additional foes. I'm assuming if we cluster enough of them in together, it will hit multiple targets. What I need to do real quick is I need to make sure I have 8. Was it 8 air, 8 motion, and 8 energy? I definitely have 8 air. I definitely have 8 energy. Where's the motion? Hey guys, what's going on? Motion. I don't have a full jar, but I do have 8 motion. So we can make that. Okay. Oh gosh, look, I've already assembled the ingredients. Let's get this stuff out of here. Basically, I want to get this sword. I want to make a sword of the Zephyr, and I want to enchant it as best as I possibly can. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that there. That there. Excuse me, crystals. Sorry. No, I'm walking on you. We got a Thaumium embossed amber wand. Let's just right click. And we've got enough stability here. We shouldn't have any issues. This is a pretty, negligible instability. I don't think this is going to give us any problems. So we're going to make a Sword of the Zephyr. I want to run some chants on it. Okay, Sword of the Zephyr. Now, I've had this thing over here charging for the longest time. This is my Mechanist's Silverwood 150 Vs on all aspects. Well, we're actually, you know what? Let's take the tubes. I don't know which one I clicked. Did I go up? Nope, I clicked down. Engineering. Easily fixed. Garden right next to it. Woohoo! There we go. Boo. Okay, I have a neighbor this way. Let's go over here. Mr. Shadowstar, WDS. There we go. He has this thing that's been floating here for the longest time. He was way ahead of the curve on Thaumcraft for me. And I always thought it was just decorative, and then he informed me, no, it's actually an osmotic enchanter. I've made an osmotic enchanter, and I didn't even recognize it. So I'm going to borrow his real quick. I want to put this there. I'm going to put my Mechanist's wand right there. Now, we have all sorts of stuff that we have unlocked. There's sharpness, which I think would be beneficial. Dispersed strike. Now, hang on a sec. Some of these I got to look up. Eldritch. Nope, it's not Eldritch. It's, what is it? Automagy? Atomic Tinkering. There we go. This has got some of the enchants. Okay, Dispersed Strikes allows you to fight many mobs at once. This enchantment can be applied on swords. When done so, the damage on one mob to a mob on the first hit will be multiplied, but the damage on successive strikes to the same mob will be decreased. So that first hit really does hurt. And I actually think that would be beneficial, specifically because the hope is for us to do a lot of damage. Let's do Dispersed Strikes. I want to also do looting. Let's see. Backstabbing, no. Translucency. unbreaking, but I think what I would rather do is repair. I'm gonna change this to all Z's so we can see what's going on over here. Now you notice because we picked dispersed strikes, there's other stuff we cannot pick. Let's see. Knockback is not gonna be important. Translucency, what does that even do? Let's see. Final strike, focus strikes. Uh, Backstabbing, okay. Stealth, unveiled, translucency, finally. Armor is incredibly useful to everyone. Everyone can agree on that. It will save your life. But if you also have a hindrance, when you're trying to be stealthy, okay, so basically, the first level of disenchantment will make your gear translucent when you are invisible. When you are invisible yourself, the second level will make it permanently invisible. That's not going to be that useful. Okay, so let's look at this. Right now, we actually have dispersed strike, we have looting, and we have repair. I was going to put unbreaking on it, but how many levels of this? Wow, there's 5 levels of that. Woo. Okay. Let's see real quick. That's a maximum there. That's a maximum there. I don't 204 on Terra. There's a couple of things I'm going to have to go back and refill. Ooh. That's going to be rough. Okay, let's build this up as best as we can, and then I'm going to get the wand to go back. I'll cut here, and when I get a finished sword, I'll be back. Okay, so I've got Dispersed Strike 5, Looting 3, Repair 2. I don't know if we can put any other things on this. I'm curious if I could still put Unbreaking by way of the Enchanting system from Ender.io. That's worth investigating. Hang on. Okay, I'm on my way back to the Magic Tower. I'm going to put my Mechanist's Wand back on the pedestal and let it slowly recharge. I'm actually I'm not gonna put that up. I'm gonna keep it with me. I got this. Let's see. Let's put this back. These are all my old trash wands. Yeah, we have a Sword of the Zephyr. I did try to put Unbreaking on this, but it would let me put it on there, but then it never shows up. So I think that basically Dispersed Strike cancels out Unbreaking and Sharpness. You cannot put those on there. So let's go see if this is going to be a bit of a dud. Let's go up to the garden. And I'm going to show you around the new things that we've actually done with. There we go. The Ender Farm. Okay, so first things first, let's put that down in the drop position. We're going to start getting subjects any minute now. There we go. Hi, guys. Oh, they're cranky already. The floor has been decorated by Mr. Dark Preacher. He's actually done really excellent work, and I very much love it. Yeah, I definitely love this thing. He put in some nice decorative panels across the back, blocks of silver, which I really like. They look like shipping crates or something. I think it's actually shipping crate. I really love the vertical lines. He did some ribbing on the ceiling just to kind of give it a little bit of an extra pattern, make it look interesting. And he's got this really cool carpeting inset on the floor that I really like the design idea of. Oh, the floor's been replaced with blocks of lead. Ooh, that's cool. I like it. Yeah. Oh, we got some drifting out. Hang on a sec. Okay, let's try this out and see what happens. Oh, yeah. That was quite... I'm just tossing everything out there. Whoopsie. Let's put that back. That was quite the actual adventure. And that is very effective with just a couple of sweeping strikes. I think that was 3 strikes for the entire group. So Dispersed definitely works. And as you can see right now, it is self-repairing. So all I have to do is carry around for a little bit and let it work. Now, I'm going to show you the upper floors real quick, especially since Dark Breacher also did some work on the roof outside. But we'll get to that in just a minute. But right now, I want to actually, let's go outside. I'm actually going to turn this on, my magnet, real quick. And one of those got picked up by the system, as it always does. Thank you very much. Okay. On the roof, he has put water, but he has actually barricaded the water in with micro blocks. So there's a fine layer of water all the way across the roof, and we don't have to use half slabs. This actually deters the Enderman from wanting to teleport there. We've got all of these padding rings for the drop chute, all of these rings to make sure they stay in place. Of course, this is where the drop reset starts, right there at the buttons. And then we have this massive monolithic thing. This is now 3 floors, 1, 2, 3 drop pads. 1, 2, 3. So 6 drop pad areas, 3 floors total. And I'm going to extend it up some more. We still have basically 140 blocks worth of sky vertical. And I'm going to keep extending it upwards. I do think there is a productive limit, because if I get more than, I think it's 100 or 150 blocks away from the waiting area down there, I don't think stuff spawns that far out. I'm not sure though. But I'm definitely going to be doing some more work on that. I'm going to be boosting that up to even higher levels if possible. Let's do this, And we can just AFK down here for a little while. Get a whole bunch of Endermen, as many as possible. And I'll be right back so we can actually show this monstrosity off. Let's stand right here and just watch the mechanism work. Welcome back. A mere 3 minutes later. That's all the time that's passed since we last talked. 3 minutes, that's it. And we have a bevy of Endermen waiting to be killed. Brace yourself. Hold on to your ears. Here we go. Wait for them to recenter. Wait for them to recenter. 3 hits and a straggler, and we are still picking up. Wow, I went from level 36 to level 38 and a half. It makes me wonder, a rare treasure. Wow. I think there we go. That's going to fill that last slot. Oof. I might have to put some more barrels there just in case. Storage drawers. I might actually do that. I'll put some more on each side just in case. So yeah, this works wonderfully. The sword has plenty of time to self-repair. You see, dispersed strike means we're only doing a few points of damage. Now, I do think it takes greater damage than one hit would take. I think it multiplies the damage that a single strike would do up several times. However, it's still not as much, I think, as individually hitting every single one of these guys. I see you. Armored. No wonder you're a pest. And let's turn our magnet off so we don't confuse the system anymore. Yeah. Awesome, awesome. Let's not get hit by raining Enderman. So the system works very, very well. Very, very great indeed. Now, I still haven't patched that. I need to fix that. I am really proud of this, but one thing I want to do is I think I want to put an XP obelisk right here so people can store extra levels maybe they don't need. And I'm going to stick, let me think, probably some dark steel anvil right here. Maybe an enchanter from Ender IO. And yeah, I could put an enchanter from Ender IO right there, an anvil right there, and we could put the XP obelisk in the far corner. So basically, you can store experience, and if you bring your books and supplies, you could come down here and put stuff onto an actual weapon really, really easily. I think that would be really cool. If I wanted to, I could even make a little storage bin right here in the corner that's got the materials commonly used by the Ender IO enchanting system, because it's a fixed list of stuff. It's like obsidian and monster heads and stuff like that. I could do that and actually, or just link up something to my system, my logistics system. Yeah, I think that's going to be cool. I'm going to put 2 more barrels right here and 2 more barrels right here just to make sure we have extra space for rare drops. See, like, this is common treasure, uncommon treasure. I just now for the first time saw 2 rares drop. I don't even know what's in those. So, yeah, I think it's going to be cool. Anyway, I'm going to catch you folks later. I know I did promise a slightly longer episode today in touring the International Shoop Station. Ferg is working on some things around spawn. I'm actually going to give him a couple of days, and we'll visit it on Friday. He's having some technical problems today. I want to make sure he's got some time. I don't want to rush him. It's okay. So he's doing some hard work on something, and I don't even know what, but he was working on something and crashing, and that's all I know. We're getting so many ender pearls up here. Ender shards, Minicio, dimlets. We got 13 unknown dimlets. That's awesome. 31 Enderman head. Woo. Okay. And I'm going to catch you folks later. Have a good Wednesday. Bye-bye.